You ever get that feeling on a dark road like something's watching you from the trees? These drivers did. And what their dash cams picked up will mess with your head. Every moment feels like something out of a nightmare, and they'll make you think twice before driving alone.
Nana, what is that?
This clip was taken on a nighttime drive through the woods. A woman and her granddaughter were heading down a narrow road when they spotted something behind one of the trees. At first, it looked like a shadow, tall and barely moving, but then it shifted just enough to prove it wasn't part of the tree. Whatever it was didn't come out, and it didn't try to follow. It just disappeared into the dark. They never pulled over, never looked back, and neither of them have figured out what they actually saw that night.
What? What's behind that tree right there?
Bigfoot footage. This YouTuber was just filming a chill four-wheeler ride. Nothing fancy, just some off-road fun. But mid-ride, something big stepped into frame. A massive, dark figure casually walking between the trees. It was quick, but clear enough. Tall, broad, covered in fur. And yeah, people are saying Bigfoot. There were no sound effects, no setup, just perfect timing. Whether it was real or just a clever prank, one thing's for sure. If that was Bigfoot, he needs to work on his stealth game. Giant lurker. On May 30th, 2024, a trucker in Alberta had a run-in he won't forget. While passing near Sunchild First Nation, he caught sight of something massive, over 11 feet tall, standing near an industrial site. No second guessing, he floored it and drove off. But his dashcam snagged a quick look at the towering figure. Whatever it wasn't human. The footage stirred up enough buzz that cameras were set up all over the site. As of now, the creature hasn't come back. Or maybe it never left. Satanic ritual. One guy got too deep into the world of dark rituals. He joined a cult gathering undercover, wearing a robe and hiding a tiny camera to stream it to his friends. Flames lit the scene. Chants echoed. The vibe was off from the start. Then, static. The stream cut out and his friends tried calling, texting, but there was no response. He never came home. Police searched the location he shared, but found by the time they got there, it was like nothing ever happened there. Which is why some believe the police might have been in on it. What do you think? Broken walk. While driving alone through a forest late at night, a man came across something unexpected. A woman was walking right down the middle of the road. At first, he thought maybe she needed help, until she moved. Her arms and legs jerked in strange, stiff ways, and something about it didn't look human at all. He stayed in the car, frozen, just watching. After that night, he said he never used that road again, and honestly, you can't blame him. Clown flop. Somewhere on a quiet back road, a group of friends drove straight into a scene that would have freaked out most people. Standing dead center in the headlights was a full-grown clown. Costume, makeup, the whole deal. But instead of screaming or speeding off, the group just stared. No reaction. The clown, clearly expecting chaos, didn't know what to do. After a few seconds of silence, he turned and ran. That's right. The clown got spooked. It's not often that this happens. Briefcase men. It started with just one man standing in the road, dressed in a clean suit, holding a briefcase. The driver thought it was strange, but kept going slowly. Then another one stepped out from the side. Then another. Soon there was a line of them coming from the field. Each one the same. No one reacted. No one spoke. Red lights were flashing far off behind them. The man behind the wheel didn't ask questions. He floored it and got out of there. Faceless watcher.
Oh, God.
Now this one will give you the creeps. A car turned onto a country road, and the dash cam spotted something tall, pale, and totally faceless standing by the trees. The closer the car got, the more the footage glitched. And in the side mirror, viewers could see this creature start walking towards the car. Then the clip was cut out. But that's not all. Another video showed a biker leaving his camera behind while riding off. And when he came back, that same faceless figure creeped out of the woods behind him, making him get out of there. The figure was never identified, but the videos are compelling. Clown charge.
He's running after.
Out of nowhere, their dash cam picked up something weird. A clown stood right in the middle of the road, holding a metal rod, just staring as their car got closer. For a second, it didn't move. Then, it suddenly sprinted straight toward them. The driver panicked, swerved, and stepped on the gas. As they sped off, something hit the side of the car hard. They didn't look back.
Hit that! Hit that!
Midnight Creeper. After a long shift, a man was driving home when something strange happened. A woman stepped out into the road, directly in front of his car, but she had no arms. She didn't react, didn't stop, just kept walking in a slow, blank stare, like she wasn't even aware of the world around her. The man didn't wait. He threw the car in reverse and backed away fast. She vanished into the dark, like nothing ever happened. No one knows who she was, or what she might have been. Backward Walker. This one's hard to shake. A guy's driving down a quiet road when something shows up in his headlights. Something pale, with long black hair, crouched weirdly in the middle of the lane. At first, it looked human, until it stood up and started walking, not just backward, but fully facing away the whole time, never turning its head. That was all the driver needed. He reversed out of there fast. To this day, no one knows what it was. But the real question, what would have happened if he kept going forward? Field shadows. While driving down a quiet country road, two friends noticed something strange out in a nearby field. Their dashcam caught it. Two pale, skinny figures sprinting on all fours, fast like wild animals. For a brief moment, one looked straight at the car, then both vanished into the dark. Viewers say they looked just like rakes, those creepy humanoid creatures from internet horror stories. But even if they weren't, their movement was fast, unnatural, and far from human. Desert Encounter. While patrolling a remote area late at night, a Saudi officer spotted a woman in white standing motionless in the dark. At first, she seemed calm, but as he approached, she began making strange, guttural sounds. Her body started to jerk in unnatural ways, almost like something else was controlling her. The air turned heavy, and despite all his training, a deep sense of fear crept in. He didn't wait to figure it out. He backed away slowly and left. That night, he didn't encounter a threat. He witnessed something he couldn't explain. Desert Ritual. While answering a call about a late-night disturbance in rural California, an officer came across something strange. A woman was standing in front of a fire, completely still, her arms crossed like she was waiting. Then, out of nowhere, she threw her head back and opened her arms wide. For a brief moment, something like light shone from her mouth, and then, nothing. The video just stopped. No one could ID her, and there's still no clear explanation for what the officer saw that night. Officer's strange encounter. A A routine night patrol took a weird turn when officers spotted two people dressed as clowns walking slowly toward their vehicle. The dashcam caught the moment clearly. They weren't running, shouting, or even laughing, just calmly approaching the car without saying anything. The officer tried calling out, but the figures didn't stop. Some think it was just a prank, but others who saw the footage said officers should have done more.
Guys, come up to this barrier right here. Put your butts against it.
Roadblockers. A family's peaceful drive took a strange turn when another car stopped right in front of them, blocking the road. At first, they thought it was a normal traffic issue until someone stepped out wearing a rabbit mask, holding a chainsaw. Then came a clown dragging a puppet, pressing it up against their window. The kid in the back seat froze, completely silent. That's when the driver hit reverse and floored it. It could have been a prank or something way worse. Either way, they weren't about to find out. Roadside circle. While driving down a quiet stretch of road, a man spotted something odd near the edge of the trees. 4 pale figures stood around a small fire, slowly pacing in a tight circle. It wasn't fast or dramatic, just steady and strange. As his headlights passed, all of them turned at once and stared directly at his car. No one said anything, but something about the silence felt off. There were no signs, no setups, and no reason for them to be there. To this day, he swears it didn't feel like some prank. It felt like something he wasn't supposed to see. Clowning around. A dashcam video shows the moment a guy's peaceful drive turned into a full-on scare. As he rounded a corner, his headlights caught a person wearing a clown mask stepping out into the road. At first, the figure just stood there, then slowly lifted a hand and waved. But the creepiness didn't stop there. Suddenly, the clown sprinted toward the car. The driver slammed the car into reverse and backed up fast, barely managing to speed away. To this day, he has no idea who it was or why they charged his car. Ritual interrupted. Monte Rio, California has always had its share of strange local legends, but one camper ended up seeing something for himself. After hearing odd noises outside his tent one night, he quietly climbed a nearby tree to get a better look. What he saw below was unsettling. Hooded figures carrying torches, moving silently between the trees like they were part of some hidden ritual. He stayed completely still and waited it out. By morning, they were gone. Masked ritual. A group of friends was driving through a dark, wooded back road late at night when they noticed something strange near the edge of the road. Several figures stood completely still, dressed in brown robes with their faces hidden behind white masks. A small fire burned between them, and a soft, low chanting came from the trees. Without thinking twice, they turned the car around and drove off as fast as they could, leaving the woods and the masked figures behind. Streetlight terror.
I'm out here in Palm Springs, California, and my brother said he just saw a clown somewhere in my apartment, but I really don't believe him.
A guy Julian didn't believe his little brother's creepy clown story until he saw it for himself. They were driving out of their apartment lot when the headlights caught someone standing beneath a street lamp, dressed head to toe like a clown. No sudden movements, no jokes, just a calm, steady walk toward their car. Something about it didn't feel right. They hit the gas and took off, but even once they got home, they both swore they felt like they were still being watched.
What the fuck?
He's right there! Go!
What the fuck?
Run!
Sun worshippers. While driving through a remote stretch of road, one man stumbled across a sight that shook him to the core. Cloaked figures circled a fire, their movements slow and deliberate, like part of some silent ritual. Something glowed faintly at the center, but he couldn't tell if it was an object or something alive. The air felt thick, and faint whispers crept through the trees. He didn't stay to investigate. Quietly backing away, he slipped into his car and disappeared into the night, never once daring to look back. Ritual at CERN. A disturbing video filmed late one night at CERN has kept the internet buzzing for years. It shows a group of cloaked figures surrounding the Shiva statue, one of them in all white. Then, without warning, one lunges toward her. The person recording gasps, then the footage cuts off. CERN later said it was just a prank by employees, but many viewers weren't convinced. With the location's secretive nature and deep ties to science, most don't understand. It's easy to see why this so-called prank still gives people chills. Forbidden ritual.
In his leafy temple, that all within the grove be reverent before him.
While passing through a quiet, nearly forgotten town, a lone driver saw strange lights flickering near a decaying old building. Curious, he stopped and walked closer. That's when he saw them. Figures in dark robes standing in a circle, surrounding a man dressed in white. He was speaking, but the voice didn't sound human.
Up your heads, O ye trees, and be ye lifted up, ye everlasting spires.
It echoed, as if something was replying from the shadows. The driver froze, then bolted back to his car. Whatever was happening in that building, it wasn't meant to be seen, and it definitely wasn't safe.
Here is Bohemian shrine, and holy are the pillars of this house.
Circle in the dark. This next clip was recorded after a man's car broke down, forcing him to walk through a wooded area to get home. That's when he saw something strange. Several hooded figures standing in a circle with odd markings drawn around them. He heard chanting, but it wasn't a language he recognized. He hid behind a tree and pulled out his phone to record. Everything stayed still until one of the figures slowly turned to face him. He didn't stick around. He ran. Whatever that group was doing, or who they were, remains a total mystery. Forest Watcher. In this next clip, a driver was heading down a forest road late at night when his dash cam captured something truly bizarre. A tall, human-like figure stepped across the road, but its arms were way too long, and its movements were jerky, almost glitchy. Just seeing it walk was enough to give anyone chills. But then, the footage suddenly cut out. When it came back, the figure was on top of the car, staring directly into the camera. Whatever it was, it didn't seem shy, and that moment left a lot of people seriously creeped out. Mountain Crawler. While hiking deep in the woods, a guy let his Steadicam record as he walked, not expecting to find anything unusual. But when he watched the footage later, something odd showed up. A figure was crawling along the mountainside, ducking behind trees like it didn't want to be seen. At one point, it came into focus. A bald head, dark eyes, and clothes that looked loose and worn on its thin frame. The way it moved just didn't look human. It's one of those clips that leaves you wondering what might really be out there, hiding in plain sight. Gliding ghost. Well, the next clip was recorded by a driver who was heading down a road late at night when the dashcam caught something strange. A pale, see-through figure crossed in front of the car, moving slowly into the trees. But the way it moved didn't seem normal. It glided across like it wasn't really there. People compared it to the old woman in white legends, and honestly, it fits. There's no solid explanation for what the camera picked up, and that's what makes it so unsettling. Forest lure. Captured on a camera mounted to a bicycle, this unsettling clip shows something crawling on a remote forest road. It looked frail and lost, with long limbs and a body that didn't match any known animal. What made it even weirder was how it just sat there, right in the open, like it was waiting. Some think it was a trap. Others say it could be something not from here. Whatever it was, one thing's certain: it wasn't human, and it shouldn't have been there. Tiny runner. Everything looked normal, just a car waiting at a red light, until the dash cam caught something zip across the road. At first glance, it's easy to miss, but slow it down and you'll see it. A tiny human-shaped figure bolts past the car. It wasn't a dog, and it definitely wasn't a person. This happened in Japan, and people have been arguing ever since. Some think it's a monkey, others think it's, well, something not quite from around here. Whatever it was, it moved fast and left a lot of questions behind. Creeping dwarf. A guy was riding home late one night when he saw something coming straight at him. Small, slow, and oddly shaped. He thought it was a kid at first, until he realized it was only wearing a diaper, and its face looked completely dark, like it had no features at all. He froze, unsure what he was even seeing. But the second he stepped off his bike, the thing bolted into the darkness, totally silent. It never made a sound, and no one's been able to explain what it was or why it was even there. Smoke figure. What started as a fun night drive took a sudden turn when 3 friends spotted something strange up ahead. Just off the road stood a white, hazy shape, like smoke, but shaped like a person. It wasn't solid. It wasn't moving. It just hovered there, still. The second they noticed it, everything changed. The laughs stopped. They slammed the gas and left it behind. No one looked back. Whatever that thing was, it didn't belong there, and even now, they can't forget how it made them feel. Nun encounter. This next one feels like something straight out of a horror movie. A YouTuber was driving late at night when he started feeling like he wasn't alone. So, he did what anyone would do. He pulled out his phone and started recording. That's when things got weird. He passed a group of nuns just standing along the roadside, completely still. But it didn't end there. Inside a nearby building, the camera picked up a transparent figure that looked human but didn't seem all the way there. What's strange is he claimed no one else around could see it, just him. That detail alone has left viewers with chills. Bride's horror. In this next chilling moment, a man spotted something odd while driving down a quiet road at night. There was a girl sitting up in a tree right above the road. At first, it didn't seem like much, until he got closer and saw her face. It was pale, still, and emotionless. Her head slowly tilted, as if she was watching him pass. Locals believe it's the ghost of a bride who lost her life on that very stretch of road. Whether that's true or not, the driver never used that route again. Trunk surprise. What you're about to see looks like a twisted fairy tale. It shows a man opening the trunk of his car when suddenly a small, shadowy figure leaps out and knocks him onto another vehicle. If that wasn't weird enough, take a look at the passenger seat. Another man is flailing and kicking, clearly trying to fight off a second figure that looks just like the first. People online have compared them to dwarfs, but these weren't the friendly kind you read about. No one knows what they were or where they came from, but the footage definitely leaves a bad feeling. Roadside stare. A calm drive turned weird when the car ahead suddenly swerved for no clear reason. The dashcam footage later showed why. Standing right in the middle of the road was a tall figure. It wasn't walking. It hadn't approached. It was just there. No one stopped, and the car drove past without slowing down. The figure didn't move or react. It just stood there, making the visual that much more creepy. Blinding escape. On November 25th, 2024, police were in pursuit of a suspect when things took an unexpected turn. Mid-chase, the guy tossed something out the car window, a flashlight. But not just any flashlight. This thing had over 100,000 lumens. It lit up the road like the middle of the day and temporarily blinded the officers. By the time they recovered, he was long gone. Whether it was planned or pure luck, it worked. And honestly, it was kind of genius. Ghost car.
Dude.
This group headed into the woods hoping to pick up ghost voices on a spirit box. But instead of whispers, a car suddenly appeared. Headlights glowing through the trees, but no driver in sight. Then came loud cracking noises, like something big moving around them. It wasn't long before they realized this wasn't just a spooky ghost hunt. It was time to leave. They packed up quickly and got out, and none of them looked back. Whatever was out there, it wasn't something you want to meet in the dark.
Oh, yo.
Mysterious forest video. This TikTok starts off simple. Someone filming a mysterious figure doing strange movements in the dark in the middle of the forest. Kinda weird, right? But then viewers noticed something way off. The tree nearby was moving in sync with the figure's body, not swaying from the wind because no other tree or leaf was moving. And just as that started to sink in, another shadow appeared. That's when things got properly creepy. Some say it's a ritual of some kind. Others swear it's something paranormal. But even then, who or what were these figures? Floating torso. While driving across a quiet bridge at night, a trucker spotted something no one wanted to see. In the glow of his headlights, a man's upper body leaned out over the railing. No legs, no lower half, just a torso, floating. The figure turned its head, stared right at him. He slammed the brakes, heart pounding. But when he looked back, nothing. The road was empty. Maybe it was a trick of the light, or maybe not. One thing's for sure, he's never taking that bridge again. Wilderness Watcher. Out in the middle of the Canadian wilderness, a dashcam picked up a peaceful scene. A moose casually walking by the road. But right behind it, something strange appeared. A tall figure, faceless and silent, slowly stepped into view. No eyes, no mouth, just a smooth, blank face. It didn't chase, it didn't move fast. It just stood there, watching. Whatever it was, it didn't feel human, and it left people wondering if that moose was really the only one being followed. Forest ritual. Deep in the woods, a trail cam captured something that's been freaking people out ever since. A figure, tall, thin, and cloaked, stood in the clearing. But this wasn't just any person. She had 4 arms, all moving in sync like she was performing some kind of ritual. The way her hands flowed together didn't feel natural. In fact, it felt dark. Whether it was witchcraft or something even older, this wasn't just some forest cosplayer. Whatever she was summoning out there, it clearly wasn't meant for our eyes. Wrong animal.
Mami, es mira. No. A ver, dale.
While driving through a quiet road in Mexico, a family came across something straight out of a cryptid book. At first, it looked like a regular stray dog, until they spotted the pig-like snout, strange goat ears, and an awkward, twitchy walk. It didn't match anything they'd seen before. Too curious to ignore it, they hit record from inside the car. The thing didn't react in any way, but kept on moving like it was supposed to go somewhere. Whatever that creature was, it definitely wasn't part of the local wildlife.
No. No compró combinación con...
Winged Watcher. It was just another night at a truck stop, until a nearby security cam caught something that's been fueling debates ever since. As trucks rolled past like normal, a dark, winged figure zipped across the screen. People started throwing around names like Mothman or Gargoyle. Others claimed it was just a shadow, but if you watch the clip closely, the movement is way too clean for a glitch. Whatever flew past, it knew it was being watched. Step vanish. Security footage from Bogota picked up something truly eerie. A lone figure was walking calmly down an empty street until, mid-step, they just vanished. Poof. No pause, no glitch, just gone. Some wrote it off as a camera error, but things got weirder when another camera, on a totally different angle, captured the exact same thing. Same second, same disappearance. To this day, no one's been able to explain what really happened that night. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. While driving down a quiet road in China, a man's dashcam captured something that's still confusing viewers today. The white car ahead suddenly swerved hard to the right, like it was dodging something, but the road looked totally empty, until a man suddenly appeared right in front. It was like he came out of thin air. The car stopped just in time, and without saying a word, the man stood up and casually walked away. To this day, no one's been able to explain how he got there. But if you have any theories, kindly do share in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.